Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing great. Definitely want to go ahead and jump right into Alabama week. Definitely really excited about the game opportunity. Obviously, a football team that's very physical, a team that really has a good quarterback, offensive line, physicality up front. And the running backs are guys who play downhill, play physical. They block well. Wide receivers, a bunch of playmakers. But we definitely know this is the kind of test you want to be in this league. We want to definitely test our execution, our discipline, our physicality ourselves. So it's a great opportunity for us to really showcase that stuff that's coming up weekend, and our guys are ready for it and looking forward to it. Any questions?
Clayton, stats are stats, but Oklahoma came into last week's game and had not been able to get the run game on track. What enabled them to kind of get it on track early and often last week?
Yes, last week we had, there were some runs where I feel like we did a better job in the second half. There were some runs early in the game where we were didn't execute our calls and missed some tackles early, but we got to do a better job of starting those games. And we do feel like there's been some times where we fit runs better, and it's either the tackling or it's just one or two runs that kind of get that number a little higher. But we're definitely grinding on it. We definitely want to be a team that's consistently stopping the run for 4 quarters and for a whole season.
This Alabama team's got 3 different dudes that've caught at least 20 passes this year, and of course they've got a big fella in Clayton Proctor that they've even used in a variety of different ways. With a team that's got that many weapons and that many options with different sizes of players, what's kind of the challenge of trying to figure out what they're going to do on any given play?
Yeah, they have a really good system to where, I think their backup running back has 16 receptions himself. So it's like they do a great job of spreading the field and making sure they hit their open spots and the soft spots and zones, and they find the matchups they want. So we got to do a great job of doing our job, winning your one-on-one battles when your number is called, and just be ready to be a playmaker when the time commits, but when the time gets here. But as a play caller myself, we have to do a great job also of understanding they have options all over the field, make sure everybody's covered and make sure you're not focusing on one guy too much. You can't go double number 5 because they have other guys that's gonna be one-on-one. So you got to play it very, very smart and very intelligent.
Clayton, Alabama's quarterback Ty Simpson has not turned the ball over much at all. He's got 1 interception on the year so far. You guys like to have your takeaways, get them forced. What is the challenge with that when you see a guy that just does not turn the ball over a lot?
Yes, I would say that it comes back to them just spreading the ball around, understanding he understands the first read, the second read, the third read, or if it's a left or right read, he does a really good job of just taking checks down. Like his running backs has, I think they both have over 10 receptions. But I know for sure that us just doing our job and making sure we executing our calls.
Do you practice or play any different when you're preparing to face a quarterback who can make every throw on the field?
Not really, because most quarterbacks that we play at this time of the year can kind of stretch the field with their arm and their legs or whatever system we're playing. But obviously, his quarterback, he's doing a really good job now. So you definitely, you shouldn't have to practice that much different, but we have to keep our guys aware that he will come back to the backside out route or comeback, or just make sure we're not falling asleep on the backside of any concept. Or he's an athletic quarterback as well. He's very poised in the pocket. They do a great job of letting him stand upright back there. So we have to cover a little bit longer down the field this week and just make sure we do a great job of our leverages and understanding where our help's at.
When Coach Shule was in here and he was talking about being confident and what you guys are doing, because you guys asked that of the players, is that just sort of a consistent week-to-week thing that you guys have to kind of portray, especially when things aren't going as well for the team? Do you have to maybe kind of emphasize that a little bit more and think about it to yourself to portray that, I guess?
I think it starts individually. Starts with, myself. I have to walk in the building every morning with chest high, chin high, shoulders up, and make sure I'm standing tall at all times, because I do believe that I can influence someone else. That's kind of my job, really, is to influence others in the room and people around me. So I hope that, my confidence, myself, and some of our staff's confidence is rubbing off on our players, and I hope that's the same thing all throughout the building. What we would definitely want to be, we in the SEC. With college football coaches, with college football players. Regardless of what's going on in life or in the football field, you got to get up the next day and keep it going. So you're not gonna, if you don't have confidence, it's a great chance it's not gonna be a good day for you. So we really want to make sure we stand tall at all times.
Where have you seen Brian Thomas grow the most from last year to this year, on or off the field?
Yes, I think the best thing that I've seen from Brian is just his everyday work habits, his everyday, in the meeting room and practice. His big picture football IQ has grown, I think. I do believe that he's taking coaching a lot better. He's a really good teammate. He's picked up his special teams play. I don't think he's playing a lot of special teams, but he's definitely working on special teams every single day, and he's influenced a lot of people on this football team with the way he practiced, with how physical he practices. He's banged up a little bit now, which everyone is, but he's still, not putting on the blue jersey. He's working hard. He's trying to get better. He wants to continue to make plays, and it's nice seeing him getting in the backfield on Saturdays in big games.
Clayton, Shane has often talked about sometimes he comes into the office after maybe just an hour or two of sleep, like after a road game. Have you ever seen that guy tired, even when he's in that situation where he hadn't had a lot of sleep?
Nah, I haven't seen Coach being retired. I'm not. Nah, he's definitely a high energy guy. So I do think that does rub off on a lot of people. He's in the building a lot, working out with Coach Morton. I think that's pretty cool, and that kind of motivates a bunch of us in this building to make sure we're taking care of our bodies, our mental health, and all that stuff. And it does help when your head coach is a guy who works out, because now you don't have the guilt trip of being out of the office for 30 minutes throughout the day, and go get you a walk to the stadium and back, and walk around the field or do any type of workout in the weight room. But it does help. If I ever seen him tired, haven't really, to be honest with you. I have not seen him tired.
You faced Bernard and Williams last year in trying to defend them in Tuscaloosa, in particular Williams. I mean, his reputation as a great receiver. How do you kind of approach him in particular? How much extra attention does a guy like that draw in your game week preparations?
Yes, I mean, if you just put on his highlight reels from the past 2 seasons, I mean, you're watching it, you say, this guy's a great player. He really is. I do think that he's a guy that you have to make sure you understand where he's at. They move their receivers around so well. You have to just really play left and right. You have to understand what jersey number is in front of me. Just not just a body, it's a jersey number. They also have another receiver in Horton from Miami who's a playmaker. He's new to their system, but he's doing a great job of stepping in. 17, I think that's Brooks. He does a great job. And then number 11, those guys got playmakers. But this is a receiving core. Coach Jamarcus Shepard. Coach Shep is their receivers coach, and has a great history of having a bunch of guys playing receiver. So you got to do a great job of just knowing what jersey number is in front of you, what he likes to do. You got to win your one-on-one. You can't really. There's no beads or anything as far as in regards to what they're going to do particularly, but they got good playmakers, and we got to do a great job. And our guys are ready for the challenge. They're fired up about it, to be honest with you.
Coach Beamer was pretty thorough with his explanation of Vakari's injury last week.
Yep.
What did you see from Vakari, and being able to tough that out and get on the field on Saturday?
It was kind of weird because you never saw Vakari on Wednesday. You just knew that something with his finger. I'm not sure how much Coach Beamer went into his finger, but you wasn't able to put it back in place, basically. So, practice, I'm like, where's Vakari? Where's Vakari? It's not like a big alarm goes off and they say Vakari's. You do hear that Vakari's out. He'll be right back, but then he never came back. So I was just impressed the fact that, literally had surgery on Wednesday and was able to play, and not only play but catch punts. So I was worried about that more than the defensive part, because I know that's a big part of our team, and we kind of go off those returns, and he did a really good job. Just super impressed. And things like that, you watch a guy grow up, and it makes you proud as a football coach. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.